4 years ago, Ellie was confined to a wheelchair. But today, she's walked over 25,000 steps. Cerebral palsy is a condition that leaves many children unable to walk. And unfortunately, the neurorehabilitation industry is designed around adults, leaving children as an afterthought.
When I found out that my nephew Praneit was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, we said, why don't we buy him some sort of robotic system that can help him walk? Pretty soon realized that there's just nothing out there for kids. But everybody wants to see their kids walk. I realized that as a mechatronics engineer, I'm probably the best person to build something for Prenet.
What started as a project to help his nephew turned into a business with a mission to rethink the process of innovation in the neurorehabilitation industry.
The health system is very reactive and not proactive. We said there has to be a better way. People told us, you guys are crazy, but we didn't really care about that. That sense just kept us going.
This is a show about founders, challenging the status quo.
People don't really understand how much kids walk on a daily basis. It's around like 15,000 steps, a few miles a day. But cerebral palsy is the most common physical disability among children. It's a neurological condition, and in many cases, it means that children lose the ability to walk. When kids are not walking, your bones are growing, but your muscles aren't growing at the same rate. There's reduced blood flow, reduced bone density, reduced kidney function. It's a long, nasty list. You know, they say sitting 8 hours a day at your desk is bad for your health. Imagine how bad it is for a child spending their entire life in the wheelchair.
After his nephew Prenet was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, Manmeet and his friend Rahul teamed up to build Prenet a robot to help him walk.
We were a little naive, thinking that we'll just be able to build it in a couple of months and that's it. Had we known how difficult it would probably be a different story. But we put it together, flew to India for the summer, and it's finally, time to try it out with Praneit. We get him in the device, and pretty soon realize this is not gonna work. There's some issues with the design, it's just not powerful enough. And that felt pretty defeated at the time because he didn't even move.
But Manmeet and Rahul kept working. The following day, they made some adjustments and actually got Prenet to walk elevated in the air.
It was a great experience. It was a great moment. Around that time, we started getting some interest from other families. We realized that this is something that families all over the world are interested in. And that's where we decided to start Trexo Robotics. The way the Trexo works is it consists of a pair of robotic legs that attach onto the gait trainer, and the whole device is controlled through a tablet interface. So you can actually design a unique gait pattern for every child.
Traditional medical device companies usually start in research labs and then move on to clinical trials.
So we started down that path, but in a research setting, you can't really have the maximum impact because there's only so many children that you can help walk when you have a device in a lab. While we were talking to all these hospitals, they just weren't moving fast enough. We would have families knocking on our door and asking about a Trexo for their child. We soon realized that the best way to have the maximum impact is by building a profitable business out of this. We spoke to so many people who said, this is not really a business idea, this is a research project. These are things that entire research labs are dedicated for because there's a lot of complex challenges in the open world. We didn't really care about that. All we wanted to build was a device that can help kids walk every day at home.
That focused objective helped them build a device safe enough to get an FDA exemption from clinical trials, allowing them to get the Trexo into the hands of families immediately.
Seeing Yaroslav taking those first few steps, it was magical. Yaroslav has been using Trexo for 3 to 4 months. Up to date, he made about 10,000 steps, which is incredible because he was supposed to make 0.
And as kids continued to walk in their devices, over time they started to experience some surprising health benefits.
We got the Trexo from Mitchell in May of 2020, and he's been using it pretty much daily ever since. My son went from pureed foods to gaining strength in his head and his neck and postural support, and now he eats solid foods.
It's been really interesting to see because now that we started, launching the home product and family started using this in home settings, now we're seeing the opposite effect where a lot of clinics and hospitals, after looking at the technology, are now really interested in getting this in their facility as well. So now the Trexo is being used by some of the top hospitals in North America. We launched in the middle of 2019 and we've been pretty much sold out since then.
Trexo developed the first at-home wearable robot for kids. And like most new, innovative technologies, the price tag is pretty steep.
The technology is really expensive. It's $35,000. Our goal is to make this available for every child who wishes to walk. And the way we're going to do that is by showing the long-term benefits of this technology to insurance companies so that they can make it accessible for every child.
Through Trexo, Manmeet and Rahul are showing that with skills and determination, ordinary people can see a problem and persist to fix it. Manmeet's dream of getting his nephew to walk has now enabled thousands of kids to take their first steps and ultimately improve their quality of life.
There's nothing miraculous about the product. It's just that once you enable walking again, you start to see some amazing benefits and changes as a result. You're going to have to look towards technological solutions to solve some of these problems that are global in nature. That's the type of world that we want to see, where you have robotic systems that can help people walk, help improve their lives. As an engineer, this is what you do. You build something that can improve lives and improve circumstances for all walks of life.